No, this is not a good stream. The star of the show. So I basically wanted to show people, AJ, how. So it's sad too because I feel it could have been better, But so first of all, there's no power switch. There's absolutely no power switch. I have to reach behind to get the power off, which is basically stupid, right? And I I went to hook it up. Excuse me. I went to hook it up to. Hold on, I'm getting a call. That's all right. I could avoid it. So I went to hook it up to USB, right? The USB is in the back, and I had to use like a lower port, like the front port, because the back port, the USB 3 wouldn't work for some reason. But my USB-C that I'm using on my camera worked. So I mean, but whatever. It's probably just me. It's probably a me thing. I don't care, right? But the the back has a switch that you got to reach behind to turn it off at night or whatever when you're not using it. I mean, you kind of hear the fan running, which kind of sucks. Uh, oh, how did that happen? My software showed up. I think because I unplugged it and plugged it back in. But that's my next complaint actually is the software because the software, as you see, like it doesn't look anything like the actual voltage the actual meter. Which I mean, if you had the meter, right? Let me show you. Give me a second. I must have kicked the camera off or something. No. All right. But if you have the meter, you have a couple of settings on the meter, right? And you could kind of flip through them. You cannot flip through them once you start the actual meter on screen meter. So that's not possible. I don't know what you're seeing right now. I hope you're seeing the meter. Okay. So you could flip through some screens here that you could see like the meter and stuff. And how you actually adjust the voltage is, you would have to pop in here into these little spots here and adjust the voltage, or you set the memory here. It's kind of a pain in the ass, like my other one, where you just kind of click the button, and I mean that's a minor complaint, but yeah, you have to go over to it and then go over to the one you want, scroll over, and then click the button, and then go back to the thing here, and then hit the run button if you want to run the 12 volts. And then when you run the 12 volts, I don't really have any complaints about that. Right now, I'm running into a broken PS5, and if I press the power button, you'll see the voltage it's fine. It shows you what the voltage is. Right now, this one's hanging at 276, right? Which is probably a Wi-Fi module. But I digress. I don't care about that right now. I just wanted to show you the basic meter functions. But if you go into the software, right? If I start the software, I'll show you. If I gotta get rid of that shitty camera here. All right. So if you start the software, which just hit the online button, right? I'm online. I'm connected supposedly, and I see the voltage, and I'll hit the open but unknown device. So I think I'm offline. All right, now I'm online. So if I hit open, right, you'll see the voltage up here, but the amperage barely moves, and there's no way to like adjust that. There's no way I could be like, all right, let me only look at the amperage. The meter, the graph doesn't give you the ability to zoom in. So that's kind of annoying, and I feel like that could be fixed in software, right? But when you're in this mode, let me go back. When you're in that mode, you can't go back to the overhead. When I'm in that mode, I can't actually scroll through. I can't scroll through the meters anymore. The meter is locked to whatever you started on. Now my meter's locked. So basic tab. Oh, the basic on the let me I'll go back to that. Hold on. But I wanted to show you like my meter is locked now because I'm connected to that the software. So my meter is locked. I can't do anything about it. Right. So all right, let me go back to and show you the basics. Basic one. Uh, let's see. I had like an alt. I had an alt command, but no, I kind of lost it. All right. Basic, right? You wanted to see? I mean, basic doesn't. It doesn't. That it doesn't show you. It only shows you the voltage setting on the bottom left. It doesn't show you the voltage what it's doing. So I could actually show you. If I open it, you see that you I don't see the meter doesn't move. Like the amp meter should like move to what the actual amps are or the voltage, but nothing happens. It's just set to 12 volts and point half an amp, which is fine for what I'm using, right? But it doesn't give me an idea. Like I'd like to see the amps right now. The voltage is so of such little importance to me. I would much rather see the current. And then you could scroll through your express data. You could set all these up. You could set 6 presets and kind of lock it. But you see the size of this thing, which is very kind of unusable, like for OBS. So even if I set it up, like well, what exactly? I don't have an actual number to show. Right? I don't have like the meter has a better graph on it than this thing does. The meter actually, if I go back to the meter, like I would rather be a what am I not? Oh, I'm connected to that thing still. All right, so basically I have to disconnect that thing. Then I'm able to scroll through the meter, which is dumb. I mean, you should be able to get the meter. And this is actually a nice graph. I wish that was actually the on screen because that would be very usable if that was on screen. And I would definitely broadcast that. I would definitely broadcast this on OBS, which I can't do over there. Um, I mean, is there any other questions you have about this particular item? Because right now, I definitely cannot recommend this thing. It's clunky. The software is bad, and I guess my other answer is just to buy a Fnirsi or Fnirsi or whatever you say, the small power meter and do the Soren mod would be much better than this thing. I'd probably do the Soren mod on this cheaper power supply, and I'd probably end up with a more usable product than that. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but I just wanted to get this out here because I know people have actually ordered this thing or wanted to order it, and there's not a whole lot of people that have any literature about what bothers them, what makes it good, what makes it bad. This is the only way to turn it on and off right here, and that's pretty dumb. Like at least my other meter has a power on, power off meter. And like I said, I wish this graph was on screen. That would be way better for me personally. So um, basically, bottom line, I just wanted to show off the software and that, and I wasn't really going to keep going with it. I just wanted to put a short video together about this particular uh, power supply, test power supply. And I guess it has its advantages some way or another, but like with the memories, has a like I guess that's an advantage, the memories. But by the time you scroll to the memory, I could have set my meter 5 times over. So what good's a memory that you have to hit a bunch of buttons to get to the memory? Like this probably should be touchscreen. That would be cool too. But that's never going to happen. I don't even care about that. But to get to the memory, I'd have to go to this, hit, you know, hit the whatever data set it is, and go back. It's just clunky. It's just not. I don't know. I guess you could go through the memories like this too, but yeah, you could scroll through the memories with the up and down key, but uh, you could set the memories with. I should have said that. You could set the memories in the settings. Oops. So you could set the memories in this guy here to go to here, click here, set your memory to whatever you want, and go back, go back, go back to that. Now you could scroll through the memories if you want, like, you'll see 5 volts, and all my memories are set for 5 volts except for memory 1, which is 12 volt and half an amp. So, um, yeah, what do you guys think? Good, bad, shitty? I think shitty. I think if I get the chance to like return this, I know like returning stuff to a Chinese company is very difficult. So, um, if I get the chance to return this, I will return it because I honestly don't like it, and I'd rather get a power supply that has a front power button, and I could set the voltage and stuff on the front, and then I could just hook up like this Sorin mod with the Fnirsi voltage meter with the USB. I think that would be honestly, I think that's 10 times better than what they came up with here. And it's $125. Not like it's a cheap piece of crap either. It's 125 bucks. Yeah, if I hooked it up to the remote display now, it would, like I said, if I hooked up the voltage meter like this and I actually connected to it, now I lose any ability to do anything on the front screen except for I could run start stop, but I can't scroll through those nice that like graph menu. I can't, I'm kind of limited to functionality here. So I could only start it, and then I could see if I started, I could see what's happening on the screen, but I can't see the amps, which I need the most. And right now, just sitting here, this this power uh, supply the fan's running, just sitting here. You know, it doesn't have any power going through it, and it's actually has the fan running right now. So you, you basically, I mean, I basically have to shut it off. You know, Control V. I basically have to shut it off because I feel like I'm wasting power if I don't shut it off. Obviously, just sitting there is a 3/4 of a volt being spent somewhere. I don't know where that 3/4 of a volt is coming from. Now, I guess, oh, so this is the thing too. So I don't have any voltage through going through right now, right? But if I hook up the PlayStation that it's actually connected to and put 12 volts through it, you can see the 12 volts. You can see the 12 volts go through it, I believe. Yeah. So that's kind of like I guess it's a reverse power meter. Anything that is going through it is going to show on the meter, right? Which kind of makes sense. Obviously, you don't want to run that. It doesn't give you the amperage, which would be nice, I guess, if it gave you the amperage, uh, but it doesn't do that. So it does give you kind of a power meter. I guess my other power meter definitely doesn't do that. Like if I'm running voltage through it, it doesn't tell me if I have voltage already running through it. That doesn't do it. So I guess that's kind of a plus. I don't know. Yeah, I would love, reading some of the comments. I would love just to hit the like a power button somewhere on here, and I think like half my complaints would be gone. I guess 2.5 volts. Like, oh, that's another thing. Um, you see that 2.5 volts? That won't go away until I ground the meter out, like I just did. Actually, or do I have? Yeah. So I have to ground the meter out to get rid of that excess voltage. It's still not gone. I literally have the thing in my hand, so it shouldn't have any voltage running through it. I'm running voltage through it now. Stop voltage. What is that? What is that? I don't know what that voltage is that it's showing because I literally have it in my hand. All right, now it's back down to zero. It's like it takes a while to bleed off. Maybe it's just the caps in there. It take a while to bleed off, but that does happen. It's kind of weird. And if I put it back connected to the fan connector, seeing 1.27 volts again, and I don't know if that's real. Honestly, I don't know if that's actual voltage because I could hook up my voltage meter, but the caps would probably discharge pretty fast, I would imagine. But I can run 12 volts through it again, and yeah, something's all jacked up. Yeah, 277. All right, I thought maybe it was jacked up just because I ran voltage the other way through it, and it seems like it doesn't work right until you actually reset it, which comes into play with that stupid on off button again, which I have to reach behind and turn it on and off. So yeah, so now I turned it on and off. It doesn't have that voltage reading. So something gets jacked up when you run voltage through this meter. Not quite sure what it is, but see now it's acting normal again. But when I put voltage through it, it definitely did not act normal. And yeah, this is kind of what I have it connected to is this PlayStation here that I got. Um, I got this from eBay today, and I was going to work on it, but I didn't want to do it yet. But the way I'm doing this is I grab a pin and I use the 12 volt power for the fan before I actually break the seal, and I run 12 volts through that just to see what type of voltage I'm getting, what type of what, oh shit, give me a second. So yeah, I'm sorry. I throw the voltage through here to see what type of current I'm getting, and that gives me an idea of what's wrong with it before I break the seal. So before I even open it, I know I have 12 volts, and I know I'm running somewhere around 280.280 amps. So like a little over a quarter of an amp, I guess, right? And I know that this thing is probably has a bad Wi-Fi before I even open it. So that's pretty good. It's a good diagnosis tool, right? Before you even break its seal, you already know kind of what's wrong with it. I wonder if that's what they do before they give it to me. I wonder if they run it through any type of diagnosis like that before they even sell it. And that's how they knew it had no power and just to sell it, see what they could get for it and pass it on to me. I wonder if anybody else knows how to do this and they could backfeed the 12 volts through the fan, especially only a half an amp. You're perfectly safe doing it. Like this doesn't have any power at all. Like if I hit the power button, there was zero happened. So what I did was I hooked up the power. I hooked up the multimeter to my guy here, and I do have 12 volts. So that's what made me feed 12 volts into it and see what type of what type of power I had running through this, and see what what the issue was before I open it. So I know it's a short stream, but that's all I really wanted to do. I'll take care of this PlayStation probably another day or tomorrow. I really didn't want to get into it right now. Just too much going on. I apologize, but I did want to get that voltage meter, the Fnirsi voltage power supply. I wanted to make sure people actually knew what I thought and run through the features of it and make sure you know if it's good, bad, or not so good in this case. So again, this is the actual software. I'm sure somebody could probably do something with this software and make it 10,000 times better. So it might be worth keeping just because I know people out there that they get a hold of this stuff, especially like Black Horse will probably get a hold of this and he could probably do it in 2 seconds. He could probably make the graph better. I'm sure he could do 1,000 things to this particular software that's way better than what's showing on here right now. But somebody would have to buy him one because I know he ain't. No one's going to buy it themselves, especially after this review. Y'all have a good day, man. I'll catch you later.